This is the story of Caleb and the fish. For a few weeks, Caleb had been asking if we could get a fish for him. And, so Amber and I were talking about it, and we decided that we'd go ahead and allow him to go pick out a fish for his very own pet to take care of. We picked a day and we jumped in the car and, we headed off to the pet shop, and he was all excited because this was his big moment, his big day to go pick out his very own fish. So as we're driving to the fish store, he just kept talking about, what fish should we get, and asking more questions. Will the other fish like him? Will he get bigger? And what do we feed him? And it was just so fun to be able to have that experience with him as he's getting to this age where he understands a little bit more about life, and just watching this and the responsibility that he was going to have. And for a 5-year-old, this was a big day in his world to go and take on his own responsibility, and the drive was just so much fun. Probably something I'll never forget, and I hope that he doesn't forget. So as we pulled up to the fish store, he jumped out of the van, and as we walked into the store, you could just kind of sense the excitement building up for him. Walk into the store and he goes straight to the fish section, and there's just this wall of fish tanks, and there's all kinds of different fish, from goldfish to saltwater fish. And so we just took some time and we're walking through each tank and we're looking into the tanks, and he's saying, "Daddy, what about this fish?" Or "Daddy, I like this fish." And so as we kind of narrowed it down, here was this wall of choices for him to make, this wall that represented so much more than just this fish, but responsibility and just everything in front of him. And we began to narrow it down to what type of fish he could get and what kind of fish would live well and get along with the other fish in our tank. So we picked out the fish, and the worker helped us, and she got it out and put it in a bag. We took it up to the counter and paid for it, and then we went and jumped in the van and headed home. Part of Caleb getting this fish was his responsibility of feeding it each day. And so day after day, Caleb would jump out of bed and, he would get down and he'd run out to the fish tank just to check on the fish and then feed them. Every single day, this became a part of his life, feeding his fish day in and day out. And then one day, it happened.